you see me overreacting, completely caught by surprise. Got me hooked by you, got me crazy by you. Please stay till the morning, I hope I'm not too demanding. I don't care about none of them as long as I have your loving, your melanin, your blessing. It's everything to me. Your loving, your melanin, your blessing. It's everything to me. Your loving consume my body. Your loving consume my body. Your loving consume my body. Your loving consume my body.
Telling everybody you're so fine, so high. I'm on cloud nine. Telling everybody you're so fine, so high. I'm on cloud nine.
When I'm by your side, 'cause I can't explain the things you do to me, baby. In so many ways you opened up my eyes, and I know that things inside your world could get crazy. Let me in, we gon' be alright. Your love,
Your man, your blessing, oh yeah.
is everything. Your love,
Your melanin, your blessing, is everything. Your loving consume my body. Your loving consume my body. Your loving consume my body. Your
sile kitu silalini na kuwaza, ndoto zetu kichwani zimenijaza, sidiriki kula penzi imepagawa, imepagawa.
Telling everybody how you rock my world, you're so fine. You got me so high. I'm on cloud nine.
Your
Telling everybody
magic,
my world, you're so fine. You got me so high. I'm on cloud nine. Telling everybody
yo, 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 yo,
so high. I'm on cloud nine.
is everything.
Everybody, my
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome to episode 176 of the infamous club Shada with, you're the one and only Mr. Shada, aka Kaysha, aka porn star, aka pretty boy, aka digital sensei, and I'm here with you for another night. Ain't that something? I used to sing and perform all around the world, and now I'm here in the club, rolling. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. It's good to give advice to people and tell them do this, do that. But you have to be living proof for your advice to have some sort of heaviness. I look like him, or look like that, or look at that guy in 1975. No. Look at me. As I'm telling it, I'm doing it. I hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody had a great weekend, as I did. I think, today was the first day that I felt 100%. So it's been a week since the shot. So I guess it makes sense. Today was the first day that I didn't feel tired, like around 5 p.m. and just went to sleep. I just actually spent the whole day, woke up like early, took my daughter to the park with my wife, walk in the waterfront, and then I came back home, then left again to walk a little bit. So tomorrow, actually, I'm gonna try to do 5 kilometers walk to get back in shape. It's a whole week of not doing nothing. I'm not going to the gym yet. I'm gonna wait another week, but I'm gonna go back to walking. So I feel great. Well, I'm a little sleepy because I woke up early. So and it's night now. It's midnight 45. Apparently feels like there was a concert not far from my house. I live 5 minutes walking from Mero Arena, which is, it's called Altice Arena here. Now, it's like this huge place where like you have 10,000 people concert. Sometimes when there's a big show, my avenue, Alameda dos Oceanos, is like this avenue that crossed the whole neighborhood, just full of cars. So there was a lot of noise, but so good. We got this. Sorry. This show is brought to you by Shadaware.com, the gods of good fortune. Hello, brand new subscribers to the channel. This is some crazy stuff. Like, we passed 180,000 subscribers on the channel. So thank you so much for all the new subscriber. Andy, Trader, 258, Julie Rojas, La Chouchoute, Tocas, Caroline Fendel, Maria, Camara, Cédric, etc. Welcome to Club Shada. It's a pleasure to have you here. I want to acknowledge and give a big shout out to our stream royalty for the month of January, Mr. Irvin Cabacete with $132. Thank you so much for your support, and also thank you to everybody that is the sponsor of this show. Your names are here the whole night. So good. If you want to know what the song is playing in the back, it's here. And if you want to know who's sponsoring this show, it's here. And if you want to know those 4 guys, who they are, don't ask questions. And this is the name of the show, and these are the Indians. And yeah, there you go. Now you have all the information. Oops, what's going on here? There you go. We have, why is usually the iPad should be in the front? Wait a minute. Now we're talking. There we go. What is this? Okay. Don't mind me. There you go. Yeah, listen. So how's everybody doing? Master Electronic, what's good? La Milliardaire, how are you? Charlene, how are you? I hope you're good. Allo la gang. I'm sorry, I have to say it with the Canadian accent. Allo la gang. Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? Ah. Alice. Hey, Jujuzon. What's good? How's the new place? How you doing? Hey, Shada, thank you so much for $10. Thank you so much. At least wait for me to be here so I can catch them. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, Sirène des Îles. CV Beats, what up, bro? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Ngoom. Hey, Nadia, how are you? Yeah, people, don't forget to put them. Look, Nadia, everybody put their likes. I'm proud of everybody. They're starting to get it. Took them a year and a half. That's beautiful. Joel, how are you, bro? How you been? How's the channel? Everything. I have to pass by your channel. It's been a while. You know. Listen, I hope everybody's doing good. So yeah, listen, my weekend was great. My weekend was cool. You know, I was just actually finished a remix single of 16 tracks. So I'm gonna have a lot of listening parties. Actually, we're gonna have a listening party for the new album on Friday the 18th on the release date, and then we will have another listening party 2 weeks after that on the 11th of March, which is the release of 4th of March, which is the release of Just the Fool remixes. And right now we are doing the remixes for Passy, a collaboration between Jeff and I. So the Afro House, beautiful track, all sang in Lingala. Amazing. So can't wait. I did my remix already. Lil Maro is doing his remix as we speak. I already received the remix from Snake DZ, remix from Michel Son, and remix from who else? Malcolm Beats. So I already have 4 remixes, and we still have like 2 weeks of remixing, and I'm gonna call some heavy hitters from the Afro House, the Afro House network. So I can't wait for those remixes to come out. So that's super cool. What is Buddy telling me? Yeah. So what else did I do this weekend? Since last time you saw me, I was just resting. I didn't really do a lot of things. I'm just starting to go back into, when you finish an album of the magnitude of this album, 50 songs, you just want to take some rest and, not do nothing, chill, watch some TV, let your brain, So I did a little bit of drawing, of course, sold some more NFTs. I sold 2 today for a very good price. The 2 NFTs that I sold today were both priced at $1,000, and they both went on by the same person, the same collector, but two of them. That's beautiful. I'm also preparing my next drop. I'm just thinking of ideas of what I want to do. I have some nice ideas, but I was just, yeah, more chilling and resting, especially after all that. So that's cool. I'm planning to go to Paris as well, to see my mom. That is, she's out there right now, so I'm gonna go and visit her. I mean, I would love for her to come here in Lisbon, but because she's dealing with apartment stuff, as we are moving from her apartment in Paris, so she's busy with that. I'm still trying to convince her to come here, so I don't have to go in the cold. But actually, my wife would love to go to Paris. So it's so interesting how when I was young, my only dream was to go to New York because of hip hop, because of I wanted to rap. I wanted to be a famous rapper. All my heroes were rappers. So, I wanted to be like my heroes in New York. I would dress like a New York, how do you say? New York, you say New Yorkese? I don't even know. Yeah, I would love like a guy from New York. And actually, when I arrived in New York, nobody from New York believed that I was from France. And because of my accent, and they would say that I really didn't have that much accent. And interestingly, everybody in New York has an accent anyway. And then it was funny how everywhere I would go, to me, I was in the city of my dreams. I was in New York. Oh my God, I'm in New York. But for everybody in New York, every time I would say, when they would ask me like, where you from? I would say, I'm from Paris. Like, oh, you're from Paris? Oh, Paris. Oh my God. Can you speak in French? Yeah, I can speak in French. Can you say anything? Say something in French. J'aime manger du pain. Oh my God, this is so sexy. Oh, it's like, wait a minute, what? And so it's funny how when I tell my wife, I really don't want to go to Paris. I have nothing to do there, or whatever. She's like, oh no, let's go. Like, please, let's go. Like, I want to go to Paris. I want to do a photo of the Eiffel Tower. I lived 32 years, 30 minutes walking from the Eiffel Tower. So it has nothing special for me, because even if it's a beautiful city, I've lived there my whole life. So out of 48 years, I lived 32 in Paris. So, it's like, I know every street. I've been everywhere. Probably have exes in every corner. And yeah, to me, it's nothing special when I see how people going crazy about the city. Well, okay. And the cities where I was a fan of, they were a fan of mine. And the people here in Lisbon, yeah, Paris is like, oh my God, Paris. When everybody from Paris is trying to leave Paris, everybody's like tired of Paris. And like a lot of people from Paris are actually going to Bordeaux, going to Lyon, going to smaller cities, or even going into the countryside. And yeah, a lot of people also here in Portugal, they all want to leave to London as well. They really like, but it's more for opportunities. There's less opportunities here. It's still a small country with really less revenue than out there in London, for example. And it's an amazing city for expats or people like me who make the money from the internet. This is the best city because you can make like 10 times what everybody makes, and you can live amazing, where you would have in London, I would not be able to live this way. I would be fine, but I wouldn't be good like I am here. And it's so amazing how everybody wants to live in another city. I mean, and I would love to have your opinion in the chat. Tell me if you would have to live in another city. Give me your top 3 of the top 3 cities you would live if, or you can include the city where you live, but tell me your top 3 cities to live. Like maybe you love the one you live right now, so you can put it, and maybe tell me your 2 other cities that if you left the city where you are, you would go. And if you don't live in the city you like, maybe just tell me your top 3 cities. For me, in my top 3, I would say Lisbon, Miami, Bangkok. No special order, but I could live in one of those 3. Yeah. I love going to New York for business, but I would prefer living in Miami. And actually, if I really wanted to change like crazy, I would go to Bangkok. Like Bangkok, or maybe Chiang Mai, but no, Bangkok is really a city that it's exactly the type of city that I like full of skyscrapers and confusion. And listen, you give me an amazing super fast internet connection, and with the money that I pay here, I can have twice the size in Bangkok in a luxury building with swimming pool, etc. Like, listen, I probably it's something that I want to do. I'm really thinking about going to Bangkok with my whole family for 1 month and just try. We pay a rent for a month. We live in an apartment and we just stay there for a month, and we see like how we like it, you know, not to move, but just to change our whole, you know, universe for a whole month. I think at a point sometimes you have to try that. So maybe when I move from this apartment and I buy the next one, that might be something I do between, or maybe while I'm waiting for the other one to be ready, whatever the case, I might go to Bangkok for a month, because I'm in Miami all the time. I mean, it's been a long time now because of COVID, but yeah. So tell me in the chat your top 3 cities, where you live or not, it doesn't matter. Just let me know. Let me check. I'm living my best life here, okay? In this new place, feels like Congolese plan cul came to visit. Dalia, how are you? We just had a blizzard yesterday, a lot of snow, 18 inches. Nah, they're okay. I remember one day I was performing and there was a blizzard like a few days before. I wouldn't go live there. The winter out there, nah, hell no. Rhode Island, all those places, nah, thanks. Mountain of Inspiration. How are you, bro? I'm not a huge fan of New York. This town is a jungle. I mean, I like New York, but I don't know. When I was younger, I really dreamed of living there. I don't know if I really would want to live there today. But going from time to time, you know, every time I go to New York, I have a business done. Like every time I go to New York, I make a ton of money. Not in New York. Like I just meet a few people, we talk about something, I come back here, and then there's business going on. Like it's the type of place for me because I'm very business oriented. But I would prefer doing some business in New York and then live in Miami. Who said that? I don't know what you're talking about. We all have a city we dream about while others are trying that city. Or they're trying to go to that city. Yeah? So what is the city you dream about? Hey, Dune, what up? So, Port-Louis, Mauritius, Cancun. To live in Cancun? Saint-Louis in Senegal. Oh. I don't know nothing about Saint-Louis. My mother taught me about it. But I wouldn't live in Cancun. I mean, I don't know. I know Cancun to party, but to live, I don't know about that. I think there's too much partying, there's too much tourism, there's too much confusion for me. Even when I went to Cancun like 15 years ago with all my friends and we were partying and stuff, I was like, there's too much confusion out here. So living out there, it's beautiful. The water is warm, it has its merits, but I don't know about living there. I never thought about that one. I think if I would think of a city of that style, I would maybe choose Bali. I'd probably prefer living in Bali than Cancun. MJ Wemoto, what up, brother? CV Beats, Lisbon, London, or Rotterdam? Yeah, Lisbon is great. London, opportunities. I love Rotterdam, but when it gets cold, I can't. But all these women are, and men, everybody in Rotterdam is on the bike all the time. So they have bike bodies. It's Los Angeles, of course, Philadelphia or Miami. So nowhere in France? Oi, Maria. Boa noite. Yeah, podia ser, é verdade. Mas não é. O que vamos fazer? I would like to visit Paris for tourism. I live in Yaoundé. Oh, Yaoundé. And I also love Accra and Dakar. I remember in Yaoundé there was this club called Le Caveau that I went like years ago. That was cool. That was a cool place. Yaoundé, and I did Dakar. I did Douala to Yaoundé by road. It was me, Linsha, Sheila, and Kassav. That was crazy. That was a great memories. Tokyo. Listen, Master Electronic, listen, if one day you plan to go to Tokyo to visit, let me know, we go together, because this is really a place that I would love to go and spend a week. Tokyo is like, yeah, listen, yo. Cap Haïtien, Cap Haïtien is nice. Miami or Seychelles. A lot of these vacation destinations, I don't know about them to live. Seychelles is amazing, all these hotels and stuff. Now, I would love to know how it is like in the mainland. And, I watch a lot of videos about, people who travel and stay in different places. A lot of travel bloggers love to stay in either Bangkok, Koh Samui in Thailand, or Bali, Miami, of course, New York, Lisbon. A lot of people come to Lisbon these days. A lot of people go to Seychelles for the holidays, but to stay, I haven't seen any videos of. But that's a good place. I mean, that's a good idea. It's actually the place that I want to go. Belize, Tokyo, and Niagara. How you say Niagara? Niagara on the lake. On the lake? What you mean on the lake? Is there a city not far from there? I remember there was a city not far from the falls, but I don't know if it was in the Niagara Falls. I remember that city. I don't know if it's that place that you talk about. It's very touristy still, or is it something different? But that would be special to live in not far from those falls. Top cities: Lubumbashi, Niagara on the Lake, and Ottawa. All right, listen. You guys have one in common, but you have two others that she's like, bye, nigga. Living in Ireland mean parties, chilling, and doing nothing every day. Depends how much money you have, and depends if you made it or if you're still hustling. So, you know. Me, Tokyo, I'm ready. Malcolm Beats, if you had, what are your top 3 cities where you would want to live? Malcolm Beats, since you're catching us, like we are saying which are our top 3 cities. Tokyo, Siberia, Antarctica. This guy. Hawaii is really nice. Been there 8 times. My brother is a personal chef for the army there. This is nice too. I hate France. Even if I'm living there, is the mentality of the French people. How this country is so late about everything. I don't belong to this country. Comme disait le grand poète Nicolas Sarkozy, si tu n'aimes pas la France, quitte-la. Yeah, listen. It's for me, Miami, Bangkok, and what was the third one? Miami, Bangkok, and Lisbon, where I am. Lisbon, so it's very interesting because New York, Macau, Las Vegas. Very interesting. You know that a lot of people from New York are leaving, or from LA a lot of people from New York are leaving to go to Austin and places like that. They go to Texas, Atlanta, and a lot of people from LA are actually going to Las Vegas because you have more space. You can buy a bigger house with the same amount of money in Las Vegas. And a lot of people in the US, Las Vegas is very hot right now. And I was watching a lot of houses in Las Vegas. I was like, yo, those places are fine. Like, there's some nice stuff out there. I don't intend to move from Lisbon right away, but I remember that when I was in Paris still in 2011, and I was having a conversation with some friends about. I knew I was moving away from Paris. That was I was sure I was at that time thinking about it for more than 3 years, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I have some money on the side. I make a lot of money from the internet. I was making like maybe 3 or 4 times less money, but I was already like fine enough to pay a rent and live off just my YouTube and my and my streaming of my catalog. And then I was really thinking, like, where would I go? And Lisbon just became the obvious choice. But before that, I was like, okay, well, should I go? Would I go New York? But I was like, no, it's too complicated with those people to get a visa, etc., etc. Then I was like, hey, listen, I could even like go to Miami from time to time and then stay. But I was like, I need a place of operation. So at a point, I thought about Brazil. I thought about Bangkok. But because I was still doing a lot of shows when I left, in my head, I was like, it's too early to kill the show business because it's still generating enough money so that I can have some extra. Even if I do a 1 or 2 show a month, if I was in Brazil or in Bangkok, it would be more complicated to do this show because people would have to travel you, especially that 50% of the shows were still in France. So Lisbon to me was perfect because it was just 2 hours away, and the people have to pay you. Generally, when you have to show, they would still pay you the same amount of money they pay for, I mean, more or less, they would pay 50 or 60 for your train ticket. And now they just have to pay for a plane ticket to fly you where they want, or to fly you to Paris, and then from Paris you take a car or a train somewhere. It would be way less expensive than flying you from Bangkok or from Brazil. So that's how I was like, And Brazil, like, I really love Sao Paulo, but yeah, somehow like still are countries that are like, I wouldn't say those are dangerous cities, but they are. What you mean no show tonight? I'm live right now. And yeah, so you know, it's that's how I moved here. Yeah. These Japanese drinks are crazy nice. Oh, for real? I know there's a lot of strip clubs and stuff, but I didn't know it was the porn city.
Let me see that shit.
This guy, the guy received a notification that there's a show, and he asked me if there's no show tonight. Mickey. Yeah, so I know there's a lot of casinos. I know there's a lot of strip clubs, of course, but I don't know. I mean, never been to Las Vegas, so I would have to go and see for myself. That would be cool, actually. Las Vegas. Never tried that one. These days, I'm always in Miami, New York, Miami, New York, Miami, New York. Actually, I'm planning to go maybe end of February, beginning of March to do a trip to Miami, and then maybe 2-3 days in New York to see some business partners, and then come back. But I don't know yet. All right, let's talk about the news. I want to talk about a few things with you. So I want to talk about the streaming business, some updates about the streaming business. But before that, I want to talk to you about a few interesting news that are happening right now. And I would say that I'm going to start with Drake and the Tabasco sauce. Yo, people are crazy. That's all I have to say. So we have to go visit. So apparently from what I understand, that people are saying, Drake was talking to this girl on Instagram. And yeah, you know, yeah, blah, 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 private messages, etc., etc. We hear, hey, what is this? Oh, Mickey, what up, Mike? Thank you so much for 99.99 euros. Thank you so much for supporting the show, yo. Such a pleasure to have you here, and thank you. So, what was I saying before I got interrupted by a red super chat? Which is nice. People, we should have like 20 people like this every show. So, what was I saying? So Drake was on Instagram talking to this girl on DM. Nice girl, they talk, blah, 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 blah. You know, he's single, she's single, or maybe not, I don't know. And at a point, they agreed to meet somewhere. I don't know if he flew her in or whatever, but they agreed to meet somewhere in the US, whatever. And so they had sex. Nothing special, that's what they met. So, you know, get together, date, hit it, you know. Let's go, bro. And I guess yeah, you know, he hit it from the back, and when he was done, you know, yeah, you know, he went to the bathroom, removed his condom, closed that, and well, before putting in the trash, apparently he decided to open it. No, before closing it, sorry, he decided to put some Tabasco sauce. So the pili pili inside of the condom to kill the sperm. All right. And then he closed it, or maybe he didn't close it, I don't know. And he put it in the trash. So then he went back to the room to chill or to do whatever, who knows. And the girl, so you're gonna give me your opinion, right? After I tell you the story. Apparently the girl after that said, oh, okay, I'm going to the trash to take a I'm going to the shower, to the bathroom, take a shower, whatever. And the guy was like, yeah, okay, peace. He went, put on the TV, he's chilling. And apparently he heard the girl yelling because she actually searched the trash of the hotel room to find a condom, and she tried to put what was inside of the condom inside of her so she could get pregnant by Drake. But she put some fucking Tabasco inside of her vagina. What? This place is nice. This is a nice screen to watch Club Shada, Mike, I have to say. So, yeah. She was trying to frame him, I guess. So she was trying to just take the condom and before the sperm dies, put it inside her and try to get pregnant by him so she could get money. So, and she put Tabasco inside. Yo, what's wrong with these people? So now the girl wants to attack Drake because she says that he intentionally put Tabasco in the condom that she put inside herself. And yeah, she should be paid money or dédommagement, and she should be yeah, she's a victim, and you know, the Me Too era. So shit is crazy. So what do you guys think? Like, listen, this is so some people are blaming, of course, it's like it's the US. In the US, whatever you do that is crazy, if you're a woman, some people will say, yeah, she's right, da, 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 da. Why would you put Tabasco, da, 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 da? And people are focusing on the fact that this guy is putting Tabasco inside of used condoms, right? To me, I'm like, how you gonna be there with a girl and she's gonna go and grab your condom in the trash and try to put what's inside in her, trying to get pregnant with you? So you think she's taking a shower, but she's there. She just put everything that was inside the condom, and she just with her legs like this, like, yeah, entrez les petits, entrez, bokota, entrez, hamene. What the fuck, yo? This to me is the crazy part. So he's actually right. Like, I mean, I don't know if Tabasco kills sperm. I don't know. Like, I have a better solution. Just when you're done, if I mean, I understand he's very rich. He's a so, you know, when you're done, you go to the shower, you remove the condom, and you just put it in the water of the sink, or you just do like I always did. Put it in the and people say don't do it, but listen, put it inside of the water, flush it. Like, I flush thousands of kids that are floating right now in the sewer. I mean, not now, but I mean back in the days. All around the world, I have floating kids in sewers, from Mozambique to Miami to Congo to Angola to Paris, Spain, Portugal, Sweden. Like, they're floating. Yo, this is like, what kind of world is this? So you talk to a girl on Instagram, and then she's gonna yo. Libomatic, this shit is crazy. IQ 5. Yo, these people are on. No, listen, Julia, sometimes I have to unlock your messages already. Yo, what was she thinking? What is this? Well, actually, in that club Le Caveau in Yaoundé, I actually have floating people out there. But you listen, that's not about me. Yo, listen, how crazy is that? That people are trying to blame Drake. I mean, some people are trying to blame Drake for actually protecting his money. And I mean, I wouldn't put Tabasco, but now the girl is like, oh, you know, how did he burn my pussy? What that is? This thing is crazy. Like, this is so strange too. I mean, you know. If you don't believe me, yo, Drake is allegedly being sued by a model for putting hot sauce in his condom to kill his sperm. Listen, that shit is crazy. Mysterious Instagram model had threatened to sue the Canadian rapper Drake for putting hot sauce in his condom. And I can understand why they this previous sentence seems confusing at first, you're probably thinking, what the heck is about this? According to the account, the model and Drake hit it off on Instagram and they started DMing each other. We're not sure who approached first, but both eventually met up at a party and later went back to the rapper's hotel room, smoked some weed, and then do the deed. Although Drizzy is known for showing his girls, blah 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 blah. For instance, he has said that he was very clear about ensuring that their encounter was consensual. The model reportedly pretending like she needed to use the bathroom too in order to find the discarded condom and pour its content into her. If you're not sure why she would do that, it's easy to assume that she was planning on to getting pregnant from the Hotline Bling singer. As soon as she did, however, she immediately experienced a burning sensation and started to scream, causing Drake to run back to the bathroom to see what was going on. He then allegedly told the model that he poured hot sauce from a packet onto the condom to kill his sperm should someone try to get pregnant from him. The Instagram post that started the whole rumor also contained further details about the rapper's sexual exploits and what his ding dong looks like. Oh my god. Yo, these people are. On Tuesday, Drake seemingly addresses the Tabasco fiasco rumor in an Instagram post of his own where the caption read, "You can have your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 43 hours and 45 minutes." Insinuating that his alleged sexual partner was hungry for her 15 minutes of fame. As crazy as the story sounds, the rapper has previously admitted to the length that he goes to ensure that nobody tries to take advantage of him in the bedroom. Well, listen, don't forget that that's how he got his first kid. So, fool me once, not twice. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Drake do some questionable shit, but the hot sauce in the condom was genius. Oh my god. That shit is crazy. Yo, this is madness. I'm telling you, this is madness. Oh shit. The best is swallowing anyway. Yo, I can't with this girl. Well, yes. Oh my god. I'm telling you, elle n'est vraiment pas une lumière. I wonder if ketchup works too. Oh my god. In Africa, they'd say the thing has worked and the girl was caught in her own game. I mean, well, just tell her it's okay. That's the way strong women are trained in my village. You have to take me to that village. Next time we are all together in Kinshasa, we are going to that village. I need some training. I mean, listen. You know that one day somebody asked me, but if I swallow, will I get pregnant? I swear it's true. I look at her like, don't worry, it's fine. Anyway, that shit was crazy. That story was crazy. And I mean, sorry. I mean, I understand you have to protect yourself, and you know, like, all these people are after your money, etc. I understand, but come on, like, Tabasco in the condom, like, yo, Mike, you know the girl I'm talking about. Was back there where I used to live in South America. That's crazy. I mean, you know, when you are the richest, one of the richest entertainer, you make 500,000 per show. I understand the pressure. I understand that, you know, that a lot of people are with you, especially in the US now. But to me, it feels like, yo, listen, what a sad world where you kind of know that everybody that is with you is not here for you, but just to have a baby with you. Like, come on. That's crazy. Oh my God. I'm not ready for this one. Listen, it's yeah, it's a crazy story, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Next story I want to talk about, because, you know, I also talk about the news, you know. Elengimoto. So the next story I want to talk about, where actually, I mean, you know, it's not that it's not for the gossip, but it's for to me, it's very important for YouTube going forward. You know, there's a lot of people who, and actually I follow a few of them, a lot of channels on YouTube that became very, very successful by gossiping and talking about celebrity. And, you know, celebrity gossip always works, but there's a difference between the rumor and the truth, and you heard something and then lying about people. And I think it's very interesting how, and especially in the US, but it's a sentiment that I feel when you hear or when you read comments on the internet about stuff. A lot of people believe that because you are a celebrity, anything people say about you comes with the territory, and listen, you famous, so you should, why are you complaining? You have money. But listen, you can have all the money in the world and kill yourself because of online bullying or whatever. Some people are not built for that, and some people, they don't do this for that. And I don't believe that because you're famous, you're supposed to accept the whole world. I mean, people talking about you, it's normal. People wanting to do, it's normal. There's, you know, but then people insulting you or lying about you. To me, we arrive to a limit. And I guess Cardi B, who sued the very famous YouTuber and celebrity blogger Tasha K, who's somebody, I watch her channel. I mean, she's very entertaining. She's good. I mean, I'm not a fan, but, you know, I'm subscribed and I watch her stuff. very successful, but apparently she won the lawsuit. Cardi B won the lawsuit against her for defamation, and it seems like on the stand, Tasha K admitted to a few of the things that she was saying about Cardi B were not true. So these boys. Grammy Award winning rapper Cardi B won a lawsuit Monday against YouTuber Tasha K for defamation, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, and was awarded 7-figure sum in damages. So it is said that Tasha K has to pay her more than 3 million something. Cardi B, whose real name is Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar, was targeted by Latasha Transrina Kebe, who goes by the name Tasha K, in a malicious campaign to damage and destroy her reputation among her fans, according to a 2019 lawsuit filed in the District Court of Northern District of Georgia. Kebe published multiple false and defamatory statements about plaintiff, including that plaintiff was a prostitute, plaintiff was a user of cocaine, plaintiff had and still has herpes, the lawsuit read. And making and publishing the statement and campaign of harassing videos, including defamatory videos, defendants were intending to cause plaintiff emotional distress, the lawsuit stated, and also claimed that Cardi B suffered severe humiliations and mental anguish. A jury Monday awarded Cardi B $1.5 million in punitive damage, $1 million in general damages such as pain and suffering, reputation injury, and another $1.3 million in litigation expenses, court papers show. She was also awarded $250,000 in medical expenses, but both parties agreed to reduce that to $25,000. Plaintiff Cardi B thanked the jury in a statement and said, these past couple of years have been difficult for me and constantly reliving it. Very hard for me. Thank you to the juror. The jurors took time off their regular life and made a very fair and right decision. CNN has reached out to Tasha K in a 24 statement. Thing is this. In my opinion, you have the right to talk about celebrity. Like I said, you can talk about celebrities. Tell me your opinion in the chat, of course, what you think about it. I believe that, a lot of people, because they will never be in the shoes of somebody who's famous, they only see the good side. The good side of being famous. Yeah, listen, everything is free. You go somewhere, they offer you drinks, food. Girls like you more, guys like you more. People are like, people love you even if they don't know you. There's a lot of great things, and there's a lot of things that not to complain. And you get paid sometimes just to show up somewhere. You get paid to do what you love. Like, all this is amazing. But it's interesting how people in this world believe that because you do something that you love, you have to pay a hard price for that. Like, not only you have to do what you love, but when people will insult you, you cannot complain. Or when people will lie about you, you cannot complain. Listen, I heard that I was a cocaine user. I heard that. through friends who were in conversation, you know, those big conversations at table, and somebody who knows you very well, who know you never tried drugs, is hearing the table, hearing people say, no, I was there, I saw him. There was a mountain of cocaine. He arrived, like, took everything, like. And you're like, what should you say? Well, you know, I didn't know what to say. What you mean you didn't know what to say? Tell him you're my cousin. And this is not true. But you know, people love the shock value. And listen, gossip that is said between people who are trying to be interesting in a table, in a private setting, is something. But the things I say here inside of this channel, they are going on the internet, and who knows how many people will see this video. 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people. So the more people you have, the more subscribers you have, everything you say kind of become the truth to the people who trust you with the information you're giving to them. And it's the same thing for mass television, right? It's the same thing for TV, same thing for every program. So what is interesting to me is how much you're gonna have all these people who will say that they don't mind lying about somebody or not being sure about in a certain information, but still they will push that information forever until it ruins your life. And then, like, if you're not a human being, and then when they realize that the information was false, or you were innocent, or whatever the case may be, then yeah, nobody pays for that crime, because it's a crime. Nobody pays for the harm they cause to you as a person, you know. And it's not just, oh, you know, just close your phone or just don't watch whatever. Listen, when everybody's talking about you, it will get to you, or it will get to your children, your cousins, your brothers, sisters, your mother, your father, your aunties, like your close friend. It will get to you from one way or another, because people will talk about you. When you are famous, people talk about you. People talk about your life as if, and I understand, you know, your the people you love, whatever, or you can be a subject of conversation. It's not the problem. The problem is people really want whatever they say about you to reach you. Listen, my whole life I've been famous. People been talking about me my whole life. I know that. But sometimes the information arrives to you, and sometimes what people say about you is so ridiculous that you just want to laugh. Some other time, it's more serious. If you are a honest person and you are adamant about the honesty, and somebody is calling you a crook out there, and maybe that person is somebody that has a big voice and is saying that, oh, you stole money from that person or that person, whatever, without having any evidence. Not only he hurts you, but he hurts your business as well. So let me tell you a story. As if when you're famous, you're no longer a human being with a private or personal feelings. Exactly. So, you know, in 1999, I have the song Bounce Baby that is #1 everywhere. My album is #1. Everybody's loving my album, etc., etc. It's amazing. And, you know, I'm performing everywhere, etc. And one day, I have this girl calling me and telling me, hey, I can't wait to see you tonight. And I'm like, I don't have a date with that girl. Like, we meeting? And I'm like, tonight? What you talking about? Like, did I forget about something? I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, your show tonight. I'm like, my show tonight? And she said, yeah, you have a show at La Cinquième Dimension. And I'm like, no. And she's like, no, listen, they announced it in the radio. Claudiciar talked about it in his show. There's advertisement about it on Media Tropical. I'm like, call my manager. Yo, Guylaine, like, do we have a show tonight? And she's like, a show tonight? I say, yeah, apparently we have a show at La Cinquième Dimension. We're like, and she's like, hell no. There's no show. We have no booking with them. And if we had a booking, I would have the 50%. So no, there's no booking with them. I'm looking at my agenda, etc. There's nothing. All right. So you know what? I decided to ask a friend to take me to the club. And I just went to the club and I really came in and I stayed inside of the crowd with two friends of mine. And I did everything not to be recognized. I don't even remember what did I do, but whatever. So I was just there, because I always wear glasses. So I went there without glasses, dressed completely differently. And I was just there with two friends. And we just stay there and we wait. And then Claudiciar arrives. He arrives to the stage an hour after when I was supposed to perform. And then he begins. He's like, my friends, when people get famous, they forget where they came from. They forget that you are the people who made them become famous. They forget about you because now they think that they all that. But these artists must not forget that you make them famous, but you can also make them fall. And tonight, the artist named Kaysha decided to disrespect you and not come to do the show. Everybody in the crowd like, boo, motherfucker. I'm in the crowd like, yo, Scooby. Woo. And everybody's insulting me. Everybody's talking. And the guy is like saying, yeah, starting tomorrow at the radio, first of all, I will stop playing his music. And I will tell in the radio what happened. So as a cautionary tale for other people who would want to hire this artist who doesn't respect his public. And I'm like, I look at, so the guys that were there, that were with me were pissed off. And they were, one of them was a gangster. They were like, yo, let's go backstage. Let's beat up everybody. And I was like, take me out of here. So we leave the club. I'm super pissed. I'm pissed off. I call my manager again. Yo, Guylaine, hey, the things they said about me when this show was not supposed to happen. Oh, listen, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. She's like, don't worry. Tomorrow, 8 a.m., we on it. So my manager comes to my house. So back then it was before, it was before cell phones and stuff. Why did you know how to cell phone? I don't know. So it's 99. We go to my manager's office. We go to her office phone. What is this? Oh, it's me. We go to her office phone and we call Claudiciar. Now, first we call the club. we called the club. So we called the club. Yes, hello. This is Guylaine Cléry, manager of Kaysha. Yeah, we want to talk to the, and she knew everybody, of course. Yeah, I want to talk to such and such, which is the manager of the club. Oh, yes, Guylaine, what can I do for you? I say, yeah, listen, it has come to my attention that you have been doing false promotion of my artist. And everybody has been promoting the fact that yesterday there was a show of Kaysha, which was not true. So we are about to sue you guys for defamation and bad business practice, etc., blah, blah, blah. Just to let you know. And she hangs up. And the person tries to call. She hanged up. Then we call Claudicia. And yeah, we said, hey, bro, because I know him. Called him. I said, listen, bro, I was there yesterday and we about to sue the ass of everybody. We're about to sue the fuck out of all of y'all. I'm about to sue you. I'm about to sue the club for defamation, for all that. I had no show, no business with you guys. And yo, it's about to go it's about to go crazy. So I'm just letting you know. And I heard everything you said yesterday. And I also heard what you say in the morning in the radio. And all this, yo, it's about to go crazy because I had no show. So Claudie says, yo, wait a minute. I had no idea that you had no business with these guys. I'm the presenter. I don't work with them. They paid me to present the show. Then they came to me and told me, yo, the show is, the guy didn't come for the show. And they were pissed. So that's why I said what I said on stage. So sorry, bro, I didn't know that, etc. So I'm like, listen, I mean, I don't know, but I believe you. It's possible. Makes sense what you're saying. But now I'm telling you, I never had no contract with these people. And you know my manager, you know she's serious, you know how we work. And so he's like, listen, what I can propose you, because of the things that I said on stage and the things that I said at the radio, is for you to come to the radio today at 12. That's when I have my show, and there's gonna be everybody from the community is listening at that time. So come here and we can have a conversation about that live, and you can explain the situation for your public, because the damage is done to me. So I went to his show live at 12, and yeah, I explained to everybody. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry for everybody who paid for their ticket for nothing, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I had no show with that club. Nothing was like this whole thing was fraudulent. It was a lie. There was no show, etc. I tell everybody the truth. Actually, I was there in the crowd. I saw everything that happened, and listen, I was a victim like everybody else. I explained my whole situation to everybody, and I was like, oh, I'm disgusted by this whole shit, because I tried to do a professional work, and now you have people lying about you. You have people lying about you doing a show, and then you have somebody presenting and destroying your character, even if he doesn't know about the situation still. And so Claudicia on the live presented me his excuses. He said, listen, I want to say that I'm sorry that I didn't know, etc. I said, no, I accept your excuses, and listen, if somebody hires you to present a show and then people tell you, hey, the guy didn't show up, it's not your fault. and he said, I will also now talk to the club and ask the club to what are their version of things. I said, oh, listen, you don't need to call them. The justice will call them, because I'm gonna sue the fuck out of everybody. Listen, at night, so I think 30 minutes after that interview, everybody was, what the fuck? The club called. Oh, we're so sorry. He was not us. Oh, he's the promoter. He said that you would come. Oh, what can we do? My manager was like, it's very simple. First of all, you're gonna pay us. So there's two ways we can do this. Or we go to, we sue you guys because this is a new artist. He just has his first hit and this is bad for him, right? So that's one way we can go. We sue you. Or another way, we find an arrangement, financial, where first of all, tonight we want, so this is what we asked. We said, tonight we want you guys, and we want to hire again Claudie. Claudie has to come tonight because it was on a Friday, and then Saturday was the big night when there was a lot of people. So we want you to go and have Claudie come and now excuse himself on the behalf of the club and say that, yesterday there was a quiproquo, whatever, and actually Kaysha was not supposed to be there, blah, 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 blah. So we are sorry to Kaysha on the behalf of the club, etc., etc. All this energy that you spent fucking my name yesterday, you have to do it tonight. And so that's one. Then you have to pay us double the price of my normal show for yesterday. That's first. And then you're gonna have to hire us on for a real show, and you're gonna pay double the price again. So you're gonna pay 4 shows for us to not go on court. If not, we sue you guys. And there, they were like, listen, we accept everything. We're gonna pay because, and then so they asked when we were free, and so I think I had a show the next week after that in that club. The club was full as fuck, full, and then so they paid us for the club the night before, double, and then they paid us for the Friday or the Saturday, I don't remember. The Saturday, it was full like crazy. Claudie presented this time me as if I was a superhero. Then I came on stage, did my show. It was crazy. Everybody was crazy about it. Everybody was happy. And then after that, they pay us another extra to say we are sorry. It was not our fault. It was somebody who did a party in the club, whatever. And we were like, hey, listen, it's fine. And then after that, they also book us again for the week after. So I made, in total, I made the amount of 5 shows for that incident. But this could have destroyed my whole career. Because, fans can love you, but then they can hate you if they believe that you are disrespecting them. And all they need is somebody who's telling them, yeah, this motherfucker is disrespecting you, when maybe you are at home sleeping. And this happened to me a lot in my career. You never know who you handling or who you dealing with. Somebody might not respect the cachet, or might not send you the 50%, but still do the promotion and keep telling you that he's gonna send you the 50% and then doesn't send it to you. And then when you say, okay, I'm not coming because I didn't see the 50%, then they go on the maybe it's in London or it's in New York or wherever it is, or in Congo, and they say, these artists, or he's sick or whatever, and that's why I have a lot of minions. I have a lot of like girls like Trish. who's not here, but you know that they're in the club and they're like telling me exactly what's going on Facebook. They're telling me, yo, this is happening, da da da. They're saying this. This is what they say. I'm like, yeah, film it. So you know, then we have evidence, because yo, that shit is crazy. So yeah, so I mean, I understand just this to tell you that it is always like that. When I was working on TV, people were saying that I was handicapped because I was always sitting on the chair in the studio. Oh my God. Yo. Bas level. I didn't see it yet, but I have to see it about that whole incident, how the whole world was against. Listen, yeah, that's crazy. I have to check it out. And so this is why, to me, I really understand the side of a Cardi B. That I understand, you get famous, people will talk about you. This is something. But when people are lying about you, and it can potentially hurt your money, hurt you really, because it's lies. Listen, if something happened for real, like, I don't know, I was in the streets and I fell, or maybe I don't know, I was walking, I didn't see something, I fall like a bag of potatoes, and it's funny, people film it and they put it online. Even if it's like you ashamed of falling, well, you still fell for real. So if people put it online, I mean, I will be the first to laugh, because I post all the time photos of people who are falling. So listen, I'll grab it myself from the person and I'll post it myself. I'll be like, yo, bon dia, you know, and I would just laugh about it myself. Even if I'm pissed that somebody filmed it, hey, it happened for real. But now if something didn't happen and somebody starts saying stuff about you, like you're a drug addict, you this, you that, your sexual orientation, or you like you're a pedophile, like what? Listen, rape, like the things people say. Once you are famous, people will invent stuff to be interesting at the dinner table, but they don't care. Sometimes, I don't know, like, listen, people will make stuff up just like that. Like I told you about the story of that girl who was pretending that she had sex with me, and then my ex came and beat her up. Those type of people are so dangerous, because they can say anything. And imagine that this incident was in 1999, before YouTube, before Twitter, before Instagram, before a lot of the world of today. This happens in 2022. The whole world knows the information, and it fucks your business worldwide, because now there's a lot of people who are like, yo, I'm not working with this person because he doesn't respect his public. There's a lot of people who your streams can just dip, your views on YouTube can just dip just because of an information like that will go from Lisbon to China in 1 minute. WhatsApp groups, the information is out there. And people love to spread negative information about people at the speed of light. But when everybody realized that they were wrong about it, they just move on. They will not spread hey, we were wrong as with the same energy. They will just be like, okay, next story. This is boring. And you're here left with all the things that are said about you. So yeah, somebody had to step up and said, not today, bitch. And that was Cardi B. And she said, hell nah. And you're gonna pay. And trust me, a lot of people, it's funny, a lot of people are saying, yo, she has a lot of money. It's not a question of money, actually. It's a question of, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, so that you learn that next time that you don't have nothing to say, you don't say nothing. Next time you talk about me, Talk about things that I said, things that I did, things that are alleged, whatever. But don't say that, yeah, I have sources, like I know that you have herpes or you have this or you have that, because this is different. There's this thing where it's a blurry line, I understand, between rumors, gossip, and then defamation, when you really are going to that level. And I believe that in the US, another group of people that should be punished are the paparazzis, because they would come with their cameras knowing that if they get on your nerve and you do something stupid like hitting them up or slapping them, they can make $1 million from you in the US because they are super protected. But at a point, they invade your space. So there should be just a little bit of balance, I believe, to when it comes to this. And I listen, I believe that Tasha K will be all right. I believe that she makes from the 1 million subscribers, all the views, the super chat, she probably make, I don't know, just like that, I would say 500K per month, I believe, or 300 or 400. I believe that she can pay that money. It's fine. It's a lot of money that she has to pay, around 4 million. I believe that she can pay them, maybe not right now, but she can pay them in 10 times, 400,000 per month, or maybe in 20 times. I believe she's fine because she has a successful channel. I have saw her lives, I saw her things, and listen, if the people who love her stuff want to support her, they can go to her next live and flood it with super chats. You know, you have 1 million followers. If you have like 20,000 people coming, and all these 20,000 people just say, hey, listen, for the lawsuit, we are with you, and everybody put 100, that's 40,000 times 200. That's a lot of money, and this might help you. So I'm not worried for her. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's the end of her empire. I don't believe so. But it's a lesson that I hope that she will learn. I mean, from her videos, it doesn't seem like she's, I mean, hey, you know, she can save face. I don't know, but I believe that this is a lesson for her and also for other people. When you talk about other people, right? Now you have to be just a little bit more careful and not reckless. It doesn't mean that, listen, and I love gossip blogs. I love gossip videos. A lot of those people, I watch them. But it's just like, careful when you go too far for the entertainment of your viewers. You have to understand that this can result in somebody who has time and resources fucking you back. So yeah, that's my opinion about it. And listen, for somebody who's been in, you know, it's small on my level, but still, you know, I left that party hearing the things that was said about me by somebody that I respect. I mean, we're friends today. We're still friends, but at that time, yo, I was ready to fuck him up. I was ready. But, you know, I went back home and listen, I was super sad. What up, Gabi? I was super sad. I was like, yo, listen, how they say this about me, and like, I heard about this show myself, like it's not true. And listen, you kind of want to go on stage, right? You want to go on stage and just come and take the mic and say, this is not true. But people are booing you already. Motherfucker, African guy. Yo, that was a horrible experience, I'm telling you. When lies pretend to be the truth, the futures becomes the past. I'm telling you. Most of stupid people, instead of compete, they bring stupidity instead. For real. That is the truth, brother. Yep. So yeah, you know, we'll see. we will see what happens. So last thing I want to talk to you about, because sorry, the X, I want to talk to you about the streaming wars. Like, we talked about the streaming wars a bit already, and I want to talk to you about the streaming wars, I guess, part 3. So streaming music report shed lights on the battle between Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and Google. So Spotify is that little Swedish company against those 4 giants. And I like the fact that they have the better product. And I believe that they have the better product because that's all they are doing. Spotify, they have their whole product is just the music app, even if they also have the podcast, etc. But Spotify is their main product. When Amazon, Apple, and Google, they have thousands of products and they don't have time to polish it the way Spotify is, to, in my opinion, polish. And listen, I pay for all the services because of my business. I have to be everywhere. I have to be able to access everywhere for promo. So I pay for all of them. And trust me, Spotify is far ahead in terms of product. So this is the global streaming music subscription market. Listen, there's 523 million people that are subscribed to one of those services. This is crazy. Listen, 31% that's Spotify, 15% that's Apple Music. I hate Apple Music. Like, listen, it's a horrible product and I'm an Apple guy, but I would go there and I would change so much stuff if they gave me the the lead. I would say, hey, who did that? You fired. Who did that? You fired. What about that? Fired. This has to go faster. Listen, I would change so much stuff in that app. It's horrible. Amazon Music, 13%. Horrible service. But hey, Tencent Music, that's in China. I don't know how they are. Never tried them. YouTube Music, 8%. A lot of people seem to like this one. I don't. NetEase, Deezer is nice. French, it's okay. And then Yandex and everybody else. But look, the market is 500 million people. So as a creator with a catalog, you have a possibility to access 500 million telephones with your content. Podcast, music, etc., etc. And that's a beautiful thing, because I remember the days where, because it was objects, it was harder to bring your product to the hands of people, because you needed distribution, you needed to, make the packages move to the different places that you wanted to sell them. Today, anybody that has a phone is a potential customer. It's a beautiful thing. Spotify has the largest music streaming service in the world as the second quarter of 2021 with a market share of 31%. Etc. Based on media claim that there were 5 million total music streaming subscribers, it suggests that Spotify had just over 162 million subscribers paying for his music service. So Apple Music would have 78 million, Amazon and China exclusive Tencent 68 million, YouTube 5th place with 40 million subscribers. According to media, the music streaming market is continuing to grow and increased by 26% by the second quarter last year. Although Spotify commanding lead means it's unlikely to be overtaken anytime soon. Meanwhile, that the market share dropped from 33% to 31%, and its growth was outperformed by Amazon and YouTube Music, when the latter growing by 50% compared to a year earlier. So the worst part for me is that places like giving these figures date back to the second quarter of the list and likely to show blah 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 whatever. The worst part here to me is that Amazon, Google, YouTube, and Apple, all they need to beat Spotify, I believe, is a superior product. Because if I take Apple, for example, we all have phones. We all have, I mean, people like me, I use an iPhone, I use a Mac Mini M1, I use an iPad, so I have all three. I'm in the ecosystem, right? If you give me an app that is better than Spotify, I'm just switching right now. But with all that money, they are not able to create an app that is usable, where you can listen and just not care about it. And it's the same thing on TV. Maybe less. I like the Apple TV app is okay, but then it's the content. I still think that Netflix is better than everybody else. We're gonna have a conversation about Netflix in another time because I don't want to stay here all night. But it's like, Spotify really has a superior product, and they understood that the killer feature is the playlist. And listen, it's so crazy how anybody could just copy this program and make it work everywhere. But the thing is, because all these companies are huge, they will allocate a certain amount of money and time to the team of 2-3 people to work on the music app or their music service, and that's it. Because for them, adding the music service is just another feature on top of everything else they offer already. So if you Apple, you make money from the phones, you make money from selling the computers, and everything else is free anyway. So listen, they're gonna have Apple Music, they're gonna have they put it inside the iCloud subscription. So it's not as if it's important as it is for Spotify, because Spotify, this app is their main business. This is where people listen to the podcast, this is where people listen to the music, and this is where they play the ads that they make money with. So their app works well on the phone, it works well on the desktop, and I mean, I didn't try it on the PC, but on the Mac and on the iPhone, it's perfect. And even as an artist, the back end of Spotify is 10 times better than the one of Apple Music for artists, or Amazon for artists, or Deezer for artists. All these people are doing fancy stuff where I need a nice information presented in the right way. The difference here is that Spotify, they only do one job, and they have way more people. They have hundreds of people working on that app, and the others, they don't. And but it's very interesting to see the growing market share of music, the music streaming business, because I remember that when I was way younger, like maybe 15-18 years ago, I was telling an artist that the best moment for us as creators, African creators, would be when it's easy to listen to music out there in Africa without pirating it. And last month, I was checking my my Spotify for artists, and that's when I realized that now, where is it? If you look now, you can now listen to music in more than 70% of African countries, including my country. And listen, the fact that now, okay, the places where people listen to me the most are here, the blue ones, France, followed by the US, and then Canada, and then Brazil, and then the Portugal, of course, the UK as well. It's Europe because I'm a European artist. But knowing that a lot of people all these years, because I did so many shows in Africa and people were like, oh, we don't have access to your music. But everybody had my music because, yeah, it was pirated. And then the internet spread my music. Piracy spread my music all around the years. But now, with a tool like Spotify and all these platforms arriving in the continent, finally, I can now have, every time people subscribe, this makes more market share for me. Look, Kenya, Tanzania, both Congos, Angola, Namibia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, look, Senegal, Guinea, Ivory Coast, not yet. Oh yes, now Ivory Coast, look at that. So now I can have people listen to my music as it comes out all around the world. And it's still missing some countries, of course, China, but look, Russia. And it's great as an artist when you can really see where your music is being listening around the globe. And you know that when you have a new song, like all these songs that I released, look, somebody in Congo who's just like, hey, I wonder what Kaysha is doing. It's been forever. Boom. 10 albums, hundreds of singles, remixes, etc. Boom, ready in your hand. And that's beautiful. And that's, to me, the testament of Spotify. And look, this is the backstage of where you can see how many people are listening to your music, how many streams you're doing, etc. It's beautifully done. It works. It's fast, etc., etc. And yeah, listen, I believe this is the reason why Spotify is winning this race. And I also believe, but I'll talk about it another time. I also believe this is why Netflix also is ahead, even if they're being attacked from everywhere. I believe this is why those platforms are leading their market. And it's not just about how much money you have, it's how much you are willing to work for the creators and the listeners. You make a lot of money on SoundCloud, I know that. I was training a customer last week to build playlists on Spotify, even on the free plan. There you go. Yep. So yeah, listen, I see that the chat became silent, so put me some Rambos if you were listening and taking notes. And I hope everybody liked tonight's show. Yeah, listen, that's all I had to say for tonight. This show, as always, was brought to you by shadaware.com, Gods of Good Fortune. Thanks to all the new subscribers. And I like that I can keep it under 2 hours now. It's cool. Yeah, put me some Rambos in the chat if you enjoy this show. I'm gonna remove the things that I had some other news that I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna keep them for the next episode. So I have something to talk about in the next episode. Actually, I always have something to talk about. There's something I want to do too. Yeah, I want to do a show maybe next week when I'm just gonna do a Q&A, which is I just come, you guys ask questions, and I answer the questions. So, yeah, listen. I hope you enjoyed the show of tonight. I'm gonna leave you with. What can I leave you with? Let me leave you with some good. I played some Diamantero the other time, so this time I'm gonna play. What am I gonna play? I'm gonna play a track from African Prince, my previous album, as we are 2 weeks now from the release of my new album. I'm gonna play you a track called Upside Down. That is a track that I sing with the amazing Linsha. And listen, thanks for coming tonight, and I will see you Wednesday. You know, peace, I guess. La bise.
Make